There is a moment, small, almost invisible, and most men miss it every single time. It happens in less than 2 seconds, and yet it tells you everything about what she's feeling, not what she says, not what she pretends, what she actually feels. Her eyes give it away before her words ever could. And if you don't catch it, if you hesitate, that door quietly closes. She won't show it again, because to her, you didn't see her. And once a woman feels unseen like that, her attraction doesn't just pause, it drops. And I know what you're thinking. Nobody ever taught you this. You were told to be respectful, to wait, to not assume anything. You followed that script, and it made you second guess yourself at the exact moment you were supposed to trust your instincts. So no, it's not your fault. It's just that the real signals, the ones that actually matter, are never spoken out loud. And this is something I've studied closely for years, watching how women communicate without words, how their body reveals things their mind tries to hide. My name is Luna John, and female psychology has been my world for over a decade. And what I'm about to share with you, almost nobody explains this properly. There are 4 specific eye behaviors. 4 that instantly reveal when she wants you to make a move. Not guess, not hope. No. And the last one, it's the most powerful of all. It's subtle, almost unfair how effective it is. And once you understand it, you'll never see women the same way again. The first one is what I call the lingering lock. This is not just eye contact. Most men completely misunderstand this. They think eye contact means interest. It doesn't. Women make eye contact with everyone, socially, politely, habitually. But the lingering lock, that's different. It's when her gaze holds you, just a fraction longer than normal, not long enough to feel obvious, but long enough for your limbic system to register something unusual. There's a slight delay before she looks away, a pause, and in that pause, her brain is evaluating you in a completely different way. Her pupils may subtly expand, her parasympathetic nervous system begins to shift, and there's a quiet release of dopamine. She doesn't even consciously think about it, but her body does, and her body is saying, stay. Now here's where most men fail. They break eye contact first, or they look down, or they panic internally and pretend they didn't notice. And in that exact moment, her attraction hits resistance, because from her perspective, you didn't meet her energy, you didn't hold the frame. A grounded man, he notices it, and he doesn't rush, he doesn't overreact, he simply holds it back just for a beat, and then lets it go naturally. That tiny exchange, it creates tension, the good kind, the kind that builds curiosity inside her. Picture this. You're sitting across from her, maybe at a cafe. Conversation is flowing normally. She laughs, looks away, then comes back to your eyes, and this time she lingers. Just a second longer. It's soft, but it's intentional. That's your window, not to jump aggressively, but to lean in slightly, to deepen your tone, to shift the moment, because in her mind, she just opened a door, but that's only the beginning. Because point number 2, that's where most men lose her completely, and they never even know why. If you missed the lingering lock, don't worry. Most men do. But point number 2 is where the real games begin. I call it the subtle look away. On the surface, it seems like disinterest, like she's losing focus looking at her phone or scanning the room. Most men panic. They try to overcompensate with jokes, compliments, or rushed conversation. And that's exactly the wrong move. Here's the truth, Narim. When a woman does this, her eyes are doing something very specific. Her gaze drifts, but there's a micro-expression, a flicker back toward you, almost like a heartbeat. Her brain is sending signals through the limbic system, releasing tiny bursts of oxytocin because she's evaluating whether you're worth the emotional energy. She's testing, quietly, unconsciously. Most men see distraction, you see her curiosity, and you hold your calm. The wrong response, clamoring for attention, over-explaining, trying to make her like you, that kills the tension instantly. The right approach, you stay present, maintain subtle energy, and let her eyes do the talking. That small, almost invisible action, the way you respond by doing almost nothing, builds a magnetic pull she can't rationalize. Picture this. You're at a dinner table. She looks away, bites her lip, checks the glass beside her, but then her eyes drift back to you, and you simply let the moment breathe. That's when her mind starts spinning. She feels the tension, the possibility, the curiosity, and her body starts reacting. Warmth spreads, subtle heart rate increase, her subconscious whispering, "He's different." If this is hitting different, tap the like button. It helps this reach men who genuinely need it, because almost nobody talks about this, and most men will never notice it, even when it's right in front of them. Now, point 3. I call it the double blink. Sounds simple, but it's rooted in evolutionary psychology. When a woman is assessing a man for potential intimacy, her blink rate subtly changes. Twice in quick succession, her eyelids flicker, just as you say something slightly playful or lean into a story. This is parasympathetic nervous system activity, her body subconsciously deciding she's safe with you, intrigued, and possibly even ready to escalate. Most men interpret it as nothing. You learn to see it as a yes, hidden in plain sight. Real-life scenario. You're telling a story about something mildly embarrassing you did last week. Most men think her slight blink means she's bored. But you notice, 2 quick blinks, pupils dilating slightly, her subconscious is lighting up. That's attraction. That's chemistry. That's a door opening that 97% of men will never see. But this is nothing, absolutely nothing, as compared to what comes next. Because point 4, that one, is the part that changes everything. It's the secret almost nobody teaches. And once you understand it, you can't unsee it. Her mind, her body, her attention, it all shifts in ways most men will never experience. Now we arrive at point 4. And this one, this is where it hits differently. I call it the subconscious gaze draw. Her breathing changes slightly. Her head tilts just a fraction. Her eyes don't just meet yours, they trace you almost imperceptibly, like her mind is replaying a scene only she's aware of. She can't stop thinking about it, and she doesn't even know why. Every time she's alone later, her mind replays that moment. Her body remembers. That tiny exchange sparks dopamine in her brain, creating a magnetic pull she can't resist. Picture this. You're at a coffee shop. She's talking with a friend, but her eyes keep drifting back to you. She's smiling softly, then glances away and back again. Each time, her pupils dilate, her parasympathetic nervous system relaxes. She feels tension and comfort at the same time, and it's intoxicating. Most men never notice because they're too busy trying to impress. But you catch it. You respond subtly, intentionally, without overdoing it. Your silent power, and that's irresistible. Most men will miss every one of these signals, their whole lives. But you're here, you're learning, you're already different. You understand what women feel, but almost never admit. This is exactly what I see in my work. In my years studying this, observing thousands of interactions, the difference between the man who she can't get out of her mind and the man she forgets moments after meeting is this: the gaze, the subtle tension, the awareness. And once you internalize this, her attraction isn't just a fleeting thought, it's a physical response. Her heart rate subtly increases. Her brain floods with small doses of oxytocin and dopamine every time you interact. She feels pulled toward you, curious about you, craving more, without understanding why. You become the kind of man she notices in a room, the kind she remembers when she thinks about connection, intimacy, even desire. That's power. But there is one final piece, and this one, I almost didn't include it. Because once you know this, you cannot unknow it. The last signal, the final unlock, is the one that separates men who guess from men who know. It's subtle, invisible to anyone who isn't paying close attention. And when you understand it, you'll see how women silently invite the man they want without a single word. Almost no one talks about this. Women feel it, but they can rarely explain it. And men who do this, women remember them for years. I call it the micro-invitation shift. It's the tiniest motion in her eyes, the way she briefly lingers on your jawline, or how her gaze slides toward your hands, then back up to yours. Her subconscious is sending a message. She's opening a door. Her body is ready. Her mind is curious, but almost nobody ever notices it. And that's why most men never get the chance. They can't see what's right in front of them. Let's walk through this one more time, step by step. First, the lingering lock. That pause, that fraction longer gaze, notice it, hold it, and let it fade naturally. Second, the subtle look away. She drifts, but her flicker back is a test. Don't overcompensate. Let her curiosity pull her in. Third, the double blink. That micro blink pattern isn't random, it's attraction in motion. And finally, the micro invitation shift. The tiniest eye motion, the body language she can't hide, the doorway she opens without speaking. Most men go their entire lives never understanding any of this. They wonder why nothing clicks, why she seems distant, why the moment never arrives. But you came here, you stayed, you learned. That alone makes you different. You're becoming the kind of man women notice, remember, and can't ignore. If this opened something in you, subscribe and turn on notifications. Next week, I'm revealing something women feel in the first 30 seconds of meeting a man. You do not want to miss that. Comment eyes below. I read every single one. Remember this, women speak with their eyes long before they speak with their words. And the man who sees it, the man who responds, holds a kind of power almost nobody else ever understands. Watch closely, learn quietly, and you'll see. Attraction isn't about words. It's about what you notice when nobody else does.